welcome back to Nerd Rant. Seth doesn't know how a microphone works.
It's not my fault. Why would it auto-connect to the headset even though it was specifically selected on the nice microphone? Guys, I'm Dr. Zombie Austin with Seth, and we're struggling already. This is take number 2, but hey, it's been worse.
Woo, it has been much worse, let's be honest here. And half the time it is your systems, whatever they happen to be at the time, that are having issues.
But half the time, it's also not, like, specifically mine. Like, I will admit, sometimes I absolutely do goof up. But, like, again, I understand if it would auto-connect to the headphones, right? But if I'm specifically selected on this microphone under a drop-down menu, why is it recording that? Why? I feel like that's not my fault when I have it specifically selected.
It's Microsoft's fault. Microsoft has sabotaged you.
Hey, actually, let's start with that. That's another big piece of news that I feel like we should cover. So we're doing news today.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is our weird news update kind of catch-all for all the internet stuff that happened kind of episode. We should trademark that. That should be the name of all of these.
No, thank you. Unless you want to try to, like, rearrange that and make it a decent anagram, then it could be pretty cool. But anyway.
For what? You don't want to just blurt out syllables?
No, thank you. So, yeah, we're just going to cover... I'm going to be leaving this Saturday camp for a few weeks, but we got some episodes recorded for you, so you won't be completely out of content, which is great. But yeah, so what's today? It is the 25th of July. That way, for any news that happens...
Specify. At 5:50 p.m. is when we start recording this. So if something happens at 7 o'clock... It's not our fault.
So just that way you know, because I feel like that's going to happen. It's going to happen, let's be honest.
It always does, every time. Not even with news episodes, with every single episode. Fortnite episodes, they'll, like, tweet something.
Yeah. Anyway, first piece of news. Microsoft had an oopsie.
Yeah, quite an oopsie.
So
like
not
a
Microsoft.
Oopsie.
Even though I like PlayStation, I like Apple, yada yada, this is not Microsoft's fault. The amount of people that I've seen say that, it's wrong. It's not Microsoft. It was CrowdStrike, which is a private security firm, internet, like cybersecurity, used for more so professionalized computers. And they sent an update, a forced update, by the way, which bricked all of the computers. Which stopped banks
not a happy
working. Time. Planes were grounded. I saw a map of airplanes.
I did too,
over time. And in that hour, it just went from the entire United States just completely flooded, like an entire yellow layer of just planes just empty.
Yep.
So that's our first piece of news. It seems to be resolved now. However, I'm not surprised if people are still having some ripple effects. This is like a really mild thing, but I wouldn't be surprised. We log on to the computer using this thing called the source, right? We log on, and now for whatever reason... we have to relog in through an email, which we didn't have to do before. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is some kind of ripple effect, because this only started like on Tuesday. So I wouldn't be surprised if they had to shut down a computer, do this or that, and this is like a ripple effect.
Yeah.
So that's really mild.
But yeah, the
like,
whole world stopped for like an hour.
It was really bad. It was really bad. Because here's the thing, and I heard about this before from people at work. Like, they told me about this. They had planes grounded 2 years ago, I think, in United States. And I want to make this clear, because, like, this is very important to talk about. Things have happened like this before, right? But have it happened worldwide? Japan, Europe, maybe Middle East, Australia, obviously United States and North and South America. Globally, this affected people. This is history. Like, this is the biggest, what would you call this? Failure? Flop? Mistake? Cyber's mistake.
Oopsie poopsie.
Biggest oopsie poopsie of the millennia.
Exactly. So the fact that a company like this can accidentally just release a small patch with a bug in it, and it completely shut down like the world for an hour is kind of crazy.
But hey, memes. First day at CrowdStrike, they fired me. Why would they do that? The memes have been great. Yeah, that's it. I just want to point that. I feel like that's huge news, and as a media / tech / gaming channel, I feel like it's our say to say that.
To say that, yes, we do say a lot of things.
We do say a lot of the things. Anyway, anything else?
Not on that topic now.
Okay, so another quick movie announcement. skippity toilet movie.
Wait, like an actual like full production movie?
I've seen a lot of things with, I forget what the freaking director is. Michael, I don't want to say Michael Bay, but I want to say Michael Bay.
Wait. Let me Google this. Skibbity. I hope I'm spelling that right.
Probably
Toilet
not.
movie. There you go. Variety. Oh, dear. Michael Bay is working on film and TV treatments of the controversial internet series Skibbity Toilet. Why is this a headline? What? Sold the phone.
So the last thing did already happen. This one, it's the internet, so I'm going to be completely honest. This is not 100% confirmed, but this is also the internet where the Hawk Girl now has a reality show and got front row seats to a Jake Paul fight or something.
Bruh.
So, can we completely ignore this, JJ?
Unfortunately, no.
So, another just super random thing. Just throw that in there. Skippity Toilet coming at you in theaters. There
I
you
don't
go.
like. So what is the world coming
This
to?
is an interesting start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So let's get a little bit more serious. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So I guess we can segue into our Xbox stuff here. Probably talk
Actually,
about this.
Just real quick, because PlayStation, I just seen some more PS5 Pro rumors. Nothing too specific. It's just as the season draws closer, expect more and more leaks. I'm not going to go into the specifics because, again, it's just rumors at this point. But just the fact that there's more rumors, I feel like kind of supports that it's going to happen. And it also just makes sense that we're going to get a PS5 Pro with a PS4 Pro. But that's it. That's the only PS4 PlayStation thing I can really think of. So let's move into Xbox now.
Coolios. So, Game Pass. It's had some interesting changes recently. Very controversial. Even in just a few comments on this post that I'm seeing, there's like one guy that's like, oh, no big deal. Then there's this one guy that's like, yeah, in a year it's going to be $100 a month for Game Pass. So, very much two-sided here on what people are thinking, but for starters, Game Pass Ultimate had a price hike. So it went from $16.99 a month to $19.99 a month. That's just for the Ultimate tier. And they also changed a tier. So instead of having Game Pass Console, which is what the previous just base version of Game Pass for your Xbox was.
Or is Core different?
No, that's not Core. Core is
that's Core's the multiplayer,
very lowest tier.
right?
Yes, it's basically just multiplayer, but it also includes 25 of the Game Pass games on there.
Gotcha.
Now, Game Pass Console used to be the tier up from that allowed you to access Game Pass. Just you didn't get PC Game Pass, you didn't get like the EA Play and the Riot benefits and like certain discounts and stuff you wouldn't get. They changed that to Game Pass Standard, so I believe it's around the same price, if not like a couple bucks more. But the big change there is that they are now not getting any of the day one editions.
Yeah.
So that's like the big draw for Game Pass right now is their day one editions, because almost anything that you saw at the Game Pass or not, the Xbox
Direct,
presentation thing,
whatever
it was, whatever you saw there, most of those were day one with Game Pass. So all of those games, if you were planning on paying for Game Pass to get them, you now have to pay for Ultimate.
The same price,
unless
by the
you
way.
want to pay.
Like if you were paying the same price and you want to keep that price, you don't get the day one.
Yeah, you have to go up to Ultimate to get those day one titles, which has made a lot of people angry because, for one, they promised people beforehand, before this change, that both those tiers would get the day one titles with Game Pass. And for two, they didn't change it for PC.
That's what I saw, and that's one of the big things. It's like, so you can do this at this price. Well, you can't, and we'll get into that in a minute, because I think we all know the reasoning behind it. But it's just the fact that it's like, I hate when companies are like that, and they're pick and choosy, right? It should be a baseline across the board. Nobody gets day one unless you have the highest tier. Okay, does that suck? Absolutely. But at least there's some common ground there.
Mm-hmm. Now, but then over here we have PC Game Pass, which is not only cheaper than Game Pass Standard now, because PC is $11.99 a month, Standard is $14.99 a month. PC Game Pass has those same deals. Obviously, the online multiplayer is free on PC. You get the Game Pass catalog, you get day one games, perks, EA Play, and Rant, all that for $11.99 a month. Then you have Game Pass Standard, that's just the Game Pass catalog, the deals, and online pay. That's it. For $3 more than PC Game Pass. That's kind of ridiculous.
To be a little bit redonkulous, if you ask me.
Now, some people have argued it's because they don't have to use their servers to provide online play for PC Game Pass. However, they still have to, like, make a few changes here. Like, even if it's adding the Xbox Cloud Gaming to the PC tier, because as of right now, the only way to get the cloud gaming benefits through, like, your app and online is through paying for Ultimate. You can't get it with just PC Game Pass. Even if they add that to PC Game Pass, so that they can, like, bring up the price to the same as Game Pass Standard or even a little higher, I feel like it'd make more sense because PC has all of the same things that Ultimate does. I don't know. It's just kind of dumb.
Yeah, I don't think multiplayer, like if you have everything, I don't think just not having the multiplayer access is worthwhile taking when that's not the primary point. If that was more of a primary point, no. But the primary point of Game Pass is that library and day one games.
Now, some people are saying that, you know, there have been a couple, like, other tiers of Game Pass that have been rumored in the past. Like, obviously, we have the 4 right now, the one being for PC, but there's also the family tier that's been rumored, which would basically provide Ultimate Game Pass for, like, I think it was, like, 4 to 6 accounts or something like that for a very hiked price. And then there was also a tier, I think it was in between Standard and Ultimate, where, like, it included, like, EA Play maybe with it, but there were some other rumored tiers. But a lot of people are saying with these other tiers, they should look into doing, like, kind of like a customizable pass, right? Like, you select what you want included, because a lot of people who pay for Ultimate don't even use the PC Game Pass, right? And that's like half of what's there. So a lot of people don't really care about that. And if you don't like EA, like I know a lot of people boycott EA because they're kind of a crappy company, you should be able to select that you don't want EA, you know? That kind of stuff. Or if I am never going to use cloud gaming, I should be able to deselect that, you know? So maybe if they add a kind of customizable tier for people, they would be able to, you know, meet people where they're willing to pay, but still get all of those things that people want from Game Pass.
So here's an idea for, like, an in-between. What if one of the tiers you get day one games, every single game day one, but you don't have it permanently in your library, like the Game Pass library. You get it for, like, 3 months or something. So from day one, you have 3 months. So that way it's cheaper than Ultimate, because yes, you get it day one, but you don't have it. Because I know it's not permanent, but how long would you say games on average stay in Game Pass?
I mean, it depends on the game, really. If it's like an indie game, it's probably 6 months to a year. If it's like a big title, it can be multiple years.
Okay, so then just maybe... But do you see what I'm saying, though? Like, maybe you kind of get that day one... And that's one of those things that you can choose. Can you choose to keep it permanently, like until it leaves Game Pass, or you just get it a month or 2 or something?
I mean, that makes sense. And I will say, Game Pass Standard is still getting all of these games. Like, they are coming eventually. It's just not going to be day one, so it might be a couple months delay for Game Pass Standard subscribers. But,
yeah,
at this point, like, it really wouldn't make much of a difference.
No.
It's just kind of obnoxious that they decided to do this after promising people that, you know, all of the tiers, give or take core, obviously, would get these games when they came out.
But it's also not just that, and I think we can all kind of guess the reasoning behind this, and that is because of the Activision Blizzard acquisition. That is
absolutely one of the biggest contributors to all of these changes, especially the price hike. Because everybody knew, like, there's no way Game Pass was staying at $16.99 after that many games were coming and they acquired the big studio. There was practically no chance.
There's so many people that have lost their jobs. like significantly from these studios, from Microsoft themselves. But yeah, it's just a lot. That is a lot of money that they spent. But the big problem is, it's not the fact that happened, right? If this happened, I would understand a price change. The problem that people are annoyed is they said it would not affect prices. They told us it would not change. And now it has.
They do have an excuse. It's not a good excuse, but it's an excuse as to pin the price changes on something else. They're kind of changing their whole Game Pass economy right now, hence like the rebrand of Game Pass Console to Standard and the potential adding of the family tiers and stuff. That's kind of why they're pinning these price changes, is because they're like, well, we're changing how the whole ecosystem of Game Pass itself is working at the time.
That sounds like a legal loophole cop-out versus for the gamers. Like, for the community. That's
very much what it sounds like.
It's oh my god. Yeah, it sucks. Now, I do want to say, yes, this sucks. And like I said, I think that's where a lot of the problems are coming from. Not because of the price changes, but because they've broken our trust. I feel like this is more of a trust than the actual economy side. Because let's be honest, Game Pass is still very much worth it, right?
Oh yeah, for $20 a month, all those games, yeah.
So like, it's still very much like a great deal if that's the type of thing you're going for. If you want to try all these types of games, then it's great. But with Game Pass, there's some games that are confirmed to be coming and have already come. What are those two games?
Call of Duty games.
It's two iterations of the game.
Yeah. Modern Warfare 3.
Yes, and
Black Ops 97.
So close.
Oh, darn it.
I mean, nope. If it was the year, it'd be 98.
Oh, I was close. Really close then.
No, it's Black Ops 6. So, we all knew Black Ops 6 was coming. But I know it's been in the file. Like, people have been talking about it, and I thought, like, there might be a Call of Duty coming with PlayStation Plus this month. And I don't know about you, but it kind of came out of nowhere. It's just like, oh, hey, with Season 5, here's Game Pass. Here it is on Game Pass. This year's Call of Duty. So, Modern Warfare 3 is on Game Pass now. Woo! Are you going to play it?
Probably not.
That's fair. I will not recommend it.
Yeah.
No, it's great. And a lot of people have been saying this. Like, it is a good multiplayer. My problem is with Call of Duty is I want the whole package. So I want multiplayer to be good, which Modern Warfare 3 is, but I want the campaign and zombies to be good too. Neither of which are good with Modern Warfare 3. But yeah. And I just want to quickly say with like the whole Game Pass thing, because I've seen a lot of people talk about it. Call of Duty is a big franchise, and a lot of people that play it are probably going to keep buying it, even if it's on Game Pass, right? Like, if I had Xbox, I'm going to still be buying it, so I can pre-order it fully, so I can own it, and get the Vault Edition, all that kind of stuff, if I was really playing with it. So I might get, like, next year, because it's another Black Ops games, but not all of them. But I've seen a lot of people saying that this is going to be significantly cheaper with Game Pass than buying the game, and I've seen a lot of talk about, like, renting versus owning Game Pass versus PlayStation. I think it's really just dependent. I feel like for Call of Duty specifically, it's not necessarily going to save you money. But I feel like for indie games, it will. Because indie games, how long would you say, if you weren't streaming and working and all this, or you had a little bit more free time, how long and how many days would you say, on average, an indie game would take you?
Anywhere from 4 to 20 hours.
So that's not too bad. So that means you can get through a substantial amount of games, right? So Game Pass is worth it. But for most Call of Duty players, their main game is Call of Duty. Not saying everyone, and there's plenty that don't do that. But Call of Duty is known for having a very diehard fan base. Maybe not in the best way. But
yeah.
But we do. And I know for a fact that I'm going to be maining this game. Like, I'm going to be playing it almost every day for months on end. And I did the math, and this would be for multiple months, and this would be multiple Call of Duties. I did the PlayStation with the lowest tier game, PlayStation Plus for multiplayer play, and Game Pass. And this would be if you bought every Call of Duty Vault Edition for, I think, 5 years with the Battle Passes, with the Black Cell. And it is $19.50 for Game Pass to $1,700 for PlayStation. So it's $250 cheaper. Now, that's for 5 years, for 5 to 6 seasons per year of a $30 Battle Pass. That's not it.
Dang, bro.
But I just want people to realize that this is not for everyone. Game Pass is absolutely worth it, and that's not what I'm trying to debate. What I'm trying to explain to so many people that don't understand, it is not for everyone. And I just don't think people realize that. And that's the other reason why I was saying maybe if you can like pick and choose and you only had a month. I wouldn't mind playing a game for a month, but to spend all that money on this library that I'm not going to touch 90% of them, let alone for past a week maybe, it's not worth it for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
So if I can get that library or day one feature without having to spend all that extra money for a library of games I'm not going to play, I would totally pay for that extra $2 a month on top of the base 12 or something and pay $14 to get that day one and play it for a month. So, because in the long term, depending on how many games you're going to play, Game Pass is not necessarily worth it. But, yeah. Anything else you want to talk about this, or...
I don't think so.
Okay, so let's talk about some games. Let's start with, did you see Concord gameplay at all?
No, I am not.
No. So there's a beta on PlayStation right now. I didn't know if you saw anyone playing it. It seems pretty fun. It's just a generic hero shooter with, it's going to be more on the Overwatch side with like health differences and stuff like that, and speed differences depending on your class. I played it for a bit. I'm not a super huge fan of Overwatch. I think it's fun if you have people to play with and you can like play strategical, but if you're solo queuing in games like that, I just can't get into it. But there's another game that I downloaded, and I'm very excited for. I downloaded Splitgate again.
Yeah?
Splitgate's pretty fun, right? Especially looking at like Omni movement and stuff, I feel like Splitgate had very fluid movement. What do you think? Because I know you played it a little bit.
I think so, yeah. It was definitely fun. I think it needed some more time to cook when I played, so I haven't tried it since. But
don't worry about it.
It was definitely an interesting concept.
Don't worry about downloading again, because do you know why I downloaded it again? You can no longer make purchases on it. They shut it down. Rumor has it is the servers are going to shut down at the end of this year. Maybe we'll see where they go next year.
But isn't that because there's a Splitgate 2?
There is Splitgate 2. We got a trailer for it, and it looks pretty good. I do like the original, and it was fun, but I don't know. It just felt like it was missing something. I don't know. But Splitgate 2 looks like it's going to be more polished. Graphics are going to be a little better because it looks like it's going to be UEFN 5. But it looks like it's going to be partially a hero shooter. So there's going to be some abilities, but I don't think it's going to be as annoying as, say, maybe something like X-Defiant or Overwatch. It's just there's going to be some abilities.
Yeah.
Like some shields or something. But I'm very excited for that, because I thought Splitgate was solid. It just felt like it's missing something, so hopefully we can get everything plus more, and that's what I want.
Probably would have been better if they, just made it an update to the original game, because now all the people who purchased stuff for Splitgate 1 aren't going to be able to move it over to the better version of the game.
I've already been seeing that. I have hope for this, because they are already talking about maybe not everything, but they're going to look into legacy rewards. So if you did spend money, you will get something into. More so than just access to the game.
But probably not a lot.
Well, no, they're not. We'll see. Because based on just some of the Q&A questions that they had after the trailer dropped, it seems pretty promising, and a lot of comedy in there. Like, it seems like they're attuned. It seems pretty fun. Like I said, I thought the first game had fun and was fun and had potential. But from the looks of it, the reason they're going to 2 instead of an update is because of what they wanted to do. It was a fundamental change that they practically had to start
It's
from
the
ground.
engine change, yeah.
Yeah. So
I've seen a lot of companies talk about that, where it's like they really want to move forward graphically, but they can't because they have to completely overhaul their engine change.
Yeah, Smite is an example of that. They said they wanted to continue, but they can't, and they don't want to transfer all the skins over because it would take how much time to completely redesign every single skin to the new engine. And for how many skins there are, that would just take forever. I think they said like 70 years or something.
Yeah.
So it sucks. This is not the same as Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2 could have been an update. That was not a fundamental from the ground change. By the way, with Overwatch 2, I actually saw it looks like they're actually working on a 6v6 mode. Do you know why that's funny?
Because isn't that what original Overwatch was?
Yeah. We're just rolling back the updates. Let's just go back to Overwatch 1. Overwatch 2 wasn't good, so let's just give everyone the Overwatch 1 stuff. I thought that was great. But yeah, no, I'm excited for Splitgate. I'm definitely going to try it. And I did download Splitgate 1, and something that I saw, they actually had camo challenges, like Call of Duty, so you can unlock gold. And I was thinking of something, and we're always going to go back to Fortnite, but legitimately, what is there to grind in Fortnite outside of the season?
Well, I don't quite understand the question.
What can you do outside of the season? So all the challenges and stuff go to that season. What is past that? What can you do throughout multiple seasons and grind for?
Account level.
Meaningful.
Some
level don't mean
packs
nothing.
that go across seasons?
Sure, I guess. Is that it? That's it, isn't it? That's really it. That's it. There's nothing. There's nothing. There's... So, I was thinking, what if Fortnite added, like, a camo challenge, right? They have all these wraps. What if they added some, like, it's kind of like the crown shop that we talked about before, the crown wins, to be able to do that, and now it lasts maybe for a chapter. And I wouldn't mind if even you got to... Because Call of Duty right now, every season, there's a mastery camo, right? Super cool, you have to complete everything. But every season, there is the one-trick camo that they release, that you have to earn more in XP with that specific weapon. Obviously, that's not how Fortnite would do it, because you don't have weapon XP. But what if there was some basic challenges that maybe you got a basic blue wrap if you got headshots with the ARs and shotguns? What if you got a basic green wrap? And then if you got them all, you got a cool silver or gold wrap, right? Because they have so many of this, they could probably think of something new, or even if it's basic. But then every season or chapter, we got another one that you can work towards afterwards. Or we had a whole mastery camo grind per chapter. So what if every chapter we had basic headshot, general kills, long shot kills with every weapon, every chapter. And you had the entire chapter to complete it.
Yeah, I mean, I could absolutely see that. I think Fortnite definitely lacks that overarching task, because obviously, I think because of the way they built it, they kind of wanted it this way, but Fortnite is very easy to jump into because there's not much overarching stuff. So, like, if I'm a brand new player, I could jump into this season and not have to worry about any stuff that's been happening, because everything is happening now. So I think they purposefully built it that way. However, for those players that do like to play a lot and play across seasons, there's basically nothing for them to do. Like, if they don't like a season...
I'm sorry.
Yeah. If they don't like a season, there's nothing stopping them from just not playing that season at all. Whereas if they had these other rewards, it would give them something to grind. Even though they don't particularly enjoy the quests or what's going on in the season right now, they can still grind toward those other goals and give them an incentive to work towards.
And obviously with something like Fortnite, it wouldn't necessarily be get headshots with Warforged, it'll just be with ARs, right? Because that's how Fortnite does it. It's not per gun like Call of Duty or something. It is per category. It would be for everything. But I feel like for this, you could do 4 categories. So AR headshots. And it just gives something. And like, that's kind of what I was saying I felt like was missing from Splitgate. They did have camo challenges, but I think they were added a little later because I don't remember having them at all. But it just, and I think that's what's partially missing from games like Extra-Fight. Extra-Fight does have a camo challenge, but apart from that, there isn't much compared to something like Call of Duty that does have a substantial amount of content to grind for outside of, say, an update or a season. Like the camo challenges or the calling cards and stuff. And I just think that's what we need, but I want it to be optional. I don't want it to be like a battle pass where in order to unlock the new gun for the season, like if you want to use the new Warforged AR, you got to get to tier 20 in the battle pass. No, but just something to grind for so I have something that my time is rewarded with. Because right now, it feels like, especially after level 200, there's nothing. Like, that happens every season after, the last month, especially if you play a lot. There's nothing to grind for, and that is, I know for us especially, during, like, Chapter 2 and 3, that's what we played for. We played for challenges, and after we completed them all, we very much took a step back until next season. So I feel like that would be an example for Fortnite to fix it, and I'm not saying every game needs to do this, but I do think that that's a really good idea and something they can strive for in more games, like a camo or some kind of overarching, because so many games do seasons now that we kind of miss permanent updates.
So Seth.
Yes.
There's some breaking news that just happened.
Oh God.
Do we want to talk about that first, or move to the next point?
Are we talking about the opening Twitter and seeing the first thing that Shina just posted a minute ago?
Oh, I don't think it was Shina. Hold on.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Okay,
yeah,
thank goodness. I'm like, please don't tell me this is a separate thing that just happened.
Yeah, no. I missed that just one. I saw it from another account, but yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about that?
Let's wait a minute, because let's talk about some Call of Duty a little bit, some of the game stuff, and we'll move there, because that, I feel like I'm going to have to read and process that.
People think it's Fortnite we're going to talk about now.
It's not. So, Call of Duty. Have you seen any Call of Duty news? Answer's no, I'm guessing.
Yeah, no, I don't have any accounts to really follow that's just like
Charlie
leaks
Intel
and updates. Charlie Intel?
Yeah, he's HypeX. He's the HypeX of Call of Duty for years. I'm going to say, honestly, over a decade, I've been hearing about Charlie Intel.
Okay.
So he's been posting some other stuff, but he does do a lot of Call of Duty stuff. So he's good. But not just him, just in general. So Call of Duty Next. That's going to be the big announcement for Black Ops 6. We're going to get multiplayer gameplay, which is great. And a lot of streamers actually going to go out and play. We have not heard anything about Warzone yet, which I'm happy about. Do you know why I'm happy about that?
Huh?
Because I don't want Warzone to be the main focus anymore. I want 6v6 is what made Call of Duty. So I'm happy that they're going to take some time and focus on the actual, like, long-term community rather than all these free-to-play players. Sorry, you're great. But it's just like Fortnite, like, I really don't care about rocket racing. I'm sorry. Focus on BR. Give us lore. But
yeah, no, the paid game should be the main focus, and the free, like, Warzone should be like the secondhand thought. So instead of adding things for Warzone, add things for your paid game, and then maybe bring those things to Warzone.
Yeah. So, but that's good news. So that's good news. There's actually some other interesting news. So I know we've talked a little bit about it. I'm looking forward to zombies, and I think that's what we're probably going to enjoy a little bit more than multiplayer, being able to go through the Easter eggs and the lore side of that. Well, for the first time ever, we're actually going to be seeing people play zombies at COD Next as well. First time ever. So that's very exciting. Now, there's some other Call of Duty news. There's a theoretical ARG. Theoretical.
Oh, I love the theoretical ones. You know, the ones that you have to, like, really be in your brain to try and solve because they don't really exist.
Well, okay, so it all started with this theoretical post about the Cold War campaign, and they did a thing on a computer that you can put, like, random numbers in, and it gave us this mystery email, and if you email them, you get this mystery picture, but there's different pictures. But this isn't official, and we've been told by Charlie Intel and Activision that this is fake, but it's too real to be fake. So we're trying to, like, debunk, and there's actually, like, images from the game and trailer and this and that, and, like, here's some actual zombies lore that's facing into this that means this could be real, right? So there's a lot of stuff driving towards this is real, based on evidence from real-life theories, because a lot of these maps are based off real-life locations, right? So it's based off that, like, one of the pictures is a church that one of the biggest zombie YouTubers literally talked about a week before. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Guess what happened to him at the end of the stream? His lights turned out.
Oh?
He then left the room, and the stream stopped. He just disappeared.
Huh.
He did not post or tweet anything until the next day. Hey, how's everyone doing? On Twitter. Completely ignoring it. And other people have been getting these emails and stuff. And I saw apparently another YouTuber has now vanished. Noah J.
Lovely.
So they're back. They haven't streamed or make any content, but they disappeared doing zombie lore. So
Sure.
It could be an inside, but like I said, if you actually look at it, it's too much effort for a very random joke. Like, there's just too much effort into it. But it's also been... So we're waiting on confirmation or something, but it's very creepy and eerie. Like I said, I don't know what's going on, but multiple YouTubers have now been involved. So that's fun. So this is definitely, like, with that website and stuff, for the campaign, the truth lies and stuff. And that's the other reason why people are skeptical. The whole point of Black Ops 6 is the truth lies. So if Call of Duty themselves is saying this is a lie, do we trust them when their entire thing is don't trust the truth?
Yeah.
So they've obviously gone very heavy into advertising this game, which gives me hope. I am excited. But like I said, there's so much going on, and obviously you wouldn't understand it if you weren't somewhat into the zombie lore, because a lot of it's based off of that. But like I said, I thought you kind of would think at least it's a little interesting.
Yeah.
So that happened. I think that's really it. That was the big zombie thing, Call of Duty thing I wanted to talk about. And then obviously Modern Warfare 3 Game Pass.
I want to see more things advertised like this, bro. Like,
it's great.
People don't take advantage of, like, real-world advertising enough. They're just like, yeah, put a digital graphic up, give them a 30-second advertisement. No. The things like, you know what Spider-Man did when Spider-Man 2 came out, the game. That, like, truck that was, like, suspended with, like, the venom webs and stuff like that. That was really freaking cool. And it's a shame more companies don't do that, because that's the stuff that really draws attention to the brand that's being advertised, not the stuff that, plays as a commercial in between your show.
Yeah.
That's an annoyance. But if you see something out in the street that's, like, a huge work of art, you're going to be like, holy crap, I should check out what that is.
So
it's a shame people don't do more like this.
And did we do an episode on advertising?
I don't think so.
We should do that if we haven't.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, Skippity. Oh, here's another movie. I forget it. I don't know if we've mentioned it in an episode, but if we haven't, this is a good time to recover. Shrek 5 got confirmed. Another movie.
Tears.
Shrek 5.
And the Donkey spinoff.
Yep. Have you seen much about the Deadpool Wolverine movie this Friday?
Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm going to see it with Lexi next weekend.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you see the Xbox controllers with it?
Oh yes. The booty controller. The cake controller, if you will.
It's wild. Did you also see the picture of this old lady asking Ryan Reynolds out on a date to the nursing home? But he didn't ask Ryan Reynolds. He asked, I'm blanking on his name, Wolverine. He asked her, and it's like, I'm not Ryan, but I can go ask him. It's like, I'm single mingle, and then at the end of the clip, it's like, wait, no, I'm not. Great. Love my dude Ryan. Yeah, I'm just trying to cover it because there's a few random things that I know we're gonna forget, because I feel like this could take a minute. Unless you want to get into it.
No, here, let me do a quick skim of my, like, updates page here, see if there's anything else that I'm missing.
Let me check my bookmarks on Xtify, because on Twitter. Xtify, X's Twitter, it's confusing. Anyway, here's a really random piece of news. This is not relevant. This is just a really cool feat. Miss Mika is a Twitch streamer, and you know what she just completed today?
See?
Beat Elden Ring, the new DLC, with a PS5 controller. Is that impressive?
I don't think so.
She's using a PS5 controller while beating it on PC with a dance pad. At the same time.
The dance pad person. I remember that.
Same time. She beat Elden Ring twice. At the same time.
That's wild.
Dance pad. That's pretty cool.
I don't know how to feel about that one. People are kind of crazy with their controllers. Like the amount of like custom controllers I've seen people use to beat the most random of games is kind of ridiculous.
So while we're on this topic, a little while ago, Technoblade had a video go live on his channel. You know, the GOAT. People that don't know, Technoblade was a Minecraft YouTuber. He was a good one. I know there's a lot of drama there. He was a good one, but he passed away from cancer. And Tommy Innan actually found some footage from one of his videos. And it was a lot of Technoblade footage. A lot of it wasn't used, so we cut it down to just Techno's footage and then uploaded it, which is great. I cried. It was so... Especially the first few minutes, it's like, what if I'm the next natural disaster? I'm like, that's so Techno. But the reason I'm going here is because I remember when he beat Minecraft with the steering wheel. It's great. We should do an episode of controllers, honestly. Another really random Fortnite fact is Cybertruck in Fortnite now. Great.
Oh, yeah. Cybertruck in Fortnite.
Did you see people are happy about it?
I find it funny that they made it free because they know nobody was going to buy it.
I've seen... Ready? This is from an actual developer. I did the Quest UI for this. While I'm proud of the work I did for the team, it's very disappointing we chose to collab with this product/company. So because people are saying the developers care. The developers care. They're not super happy. But do you know what I'm mad about? Is the fact that I feel like they put more effort in the Cybertruck video than the lore videos. Like the cinematics and stuff.
Yeah, a little bit.
We didn't get a single image for summer, but we got this Cybertruck video. Scrolling through.
Oh, Inside Out 2 has become the highest grossing animated film of all time.
Oh my god.
Can't. Of all freaking time. I was surprised when it took the third spot, surpassing Frozen.
That's what I'm saying.
But now it's like the highest of all time.
Oh, that's so weird. I mean, it seems good though. Like I've heard good things about it, so I do want to watch it.
I watched it. It was really good. Would I say it was worthy of the highest grossing of all time?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if it is good, is it Frozen level, like OG? And I don't think so.
I think that this one was a lot more consumable for like older audiences. So like, even adults, young adults, teenagers, they are going to enjoy this movie more than they did the first one.
Yeah,
and I feel like the little kids are going to enjoy this a little less.
Kids are
dealing with emotions like anxiety and all
much.
these more complex emotions that aren't just those base simple ones.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a little harder for the younger ones to understand. And so they have a wider audience there, but then they're also kind of neglecting like a good chunk of what Pixar is usually geared towards.
Yeah. Yada yada yada. Yeah, I'm not seeing too much. Oh.
Yeah.
I think this is from the space, like, military. You know, we're supposed to get the Space Force, the show.
Yeah.
It's a meme. This was on when Microsoft shut down, and they had to do something about the asteroid or something, but then they were forced into a Microsoft update, and the guy just screams F Microsoft.
Yeah,
and that was that day. I'm just scrolling through. I haven't seen anything. Have you seen anything else?
Have you seen the Fortnite Lego sets that got announced?
I saw. I mean, we knew there's a lot coming out. There's going to be more.
Got like the Bone Peely, the Battle Busts, the llama. It has like all the little items and consumables inside of it.
Yeah. Seems pretty cool.
Definitely. Anyways, you want to jump into our breaking news?
I guess so. Do you want to read it out?
Yep, so apparently SAG-AFTRA, the actors union, has initiated a strike against the video game industry. And this will affect many games coming out, including GTA 6, whenever that was supposed to come out. It'll probably be much later, depending on how cooperative game studios are. But apparently they were attempting to make deals with Disney's game studio, Activision, Insomniac, EA, and Warner Brothers. All of the above would not agree to their terms against AI. So they are initiating this strike to say, frick you guys, and hopefully convince them to sign some sort of deal. And I'm just going to shoehorn this in here. I think they're going to be a little bit more cooperative than the movie industry was, just because based on past events, despite how stubborn companies like EA and all them can be, they are not as, gravel-brained as a lot of the movie studios are out there, and as much as they don't like it, I think they're going to realize what's about to happen and accommodate in some form.
Another thing with like gaming versus these others, people don't realize whether you like it or not, gaming is significantly larger than movie or music. Significantly. I want to say like substantial, like 3, 4, 5 times the amount or something crazy of an industry versus the movie industry. So with a deal like this happening, where they're going to be like delayed, that is going to cost them significantly more than the movie industry. I'm not saying the movie industry wasn't cheap, like they lost money, like this and that, but compared to that, imagine if they lost like 100 million. This is now 500 million.
Yeah. So this
lots
is
more
going to
money
be crazy.
To be lost.
A lot of games are going to be delayed here. Including even things like Fortnite. Like Fortnite's, their voice lines and stuff, the story that we have right now, expect there to be a season or two that have absolutely no voice lines whatsoever, because obviously Fortnite's not just going to stop. They're going to keep putting out seasons, but they don't have voice actors to do so, that all they got is their developers. So definitely expect that to be the case, but this doesn't just affect things like voice lines. This affects mocap as well. So any games that might have mocap or even just like face models of different actors, if they're part of this union, they can't cooperate in any of that. So all of those games that might be using any of those features are going to be delayed in some form.
So this is separate, but this is an AI problem. Actually, so I'm mixed on, say, a game like Call of Duty, right? Because they throw so much microtransactions at you, like so many bundles, that I don't care about most of them. I care about the actual 6v6 part. But apparently, it's come to light that one of the recent bundles was completely done by AI.
I saw that.
Which, like I said, with how many there are, if I had to pick, I would rather them use AI and make all those and have the artist actually focus on the actual core game, maps and stuff. But
yeah,
I'd rather nothing. Like, I'd rather not. But if I had to pick, that's where I wanted to go. But obviously, I also understand the idea behind that and just using AI in general in art, because that's stealing other people's artwork. It's taking from this person and this person without crediting them. I saw Merc Music, and a lot of people are saying, with stuff like this, I think what they should do is just add an AI tag. That if it was made with AI, we should know so we can buy it or not. If it's still cool and I want to buy it and I don't care, like, so many of these consumers do not understand or care. Like, that's just a fact. People don't care. Like, all this drama that's going on right now, when you see people saying, boycott this, boycott that, do you realize how much of the majority of people aren't going to boycott it because they didn't even know this was happening?
Yeah.
That's going to happen with this.
But the people who do care should at least be able to make their informed decision.
Yeah, and I think that's what needs to happen here, like an AI tag. What if it's like, with the rating, you have the rating and time and like all that on the back. What if we had an AI tag, like AI was made to make this game?
Yeah. Now, mind you, a lot of that will not be affected by this strike. I know you said it's separate, I just want to clarify here. The actors are the things that's being affected here. So unfortunately, a lot of those developments like textures and stuff like that, all of those are unfortunately still subject to AI if the studios deem it worthy.
But it's progress.
But at the very least, we won't have things like AI voices and AI like faces and stuff like that, which is definitely a good thing. Because I know, I forget, I think it was EA. I'm pretty sure it was EA that did it. It was either EA or Ubisoft, and we talked about this in an episode in the past. They were starting a whole new project, essentially, for AI NPCs. So their face and voices and everything would be completely AI generated, and that was not a good thing. So this is definitely one of those things that I'm hoping gets shut down by this strike.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, even if it's not related, though, again, I think it's just good that we're trying to get at this before it gets a little bit out of... I mean, it's already out of hand, right? Have you seen the amount of Mr. Beast or Jay Johnson Williams Ray Johnson Williams videos where he's singing songs and doing cringy dances that are complete AI.
Yeah.
That's only going to get worse. So we're already at a really bad point, but it's better later than never or too late. So I don't think this is going to be enough, let's be honest, because we've already had strikes and now we're having more. It's not going to be enough. But it's important to bring it to the table, right? So even if they get a little bit something and then they themselves compromise, that sucks, because I think that's what happened with the last one. I feel like they kind of compromised on themselves.
I think the last one with movies and stuff, what happened was they signed a short-term deal. So they got pretty much everything they wanted, but it was only for, I think it was 5 years or something like that, and then they'd have to come up with a new contract with studios afterward. So I'm hoping this one goes better. Obviously, like I said, I think game studios are a little bit more lenient when it comes to this kind of stuff than movie studios, but we'll definitely have to see how it goes.
We will keep you posted. Join the Discord. We're not quite done yet, but join the Discord and JJ will try to post. I'm going to be gone, so I won't. But when I get back, I'll try to. I would, JJ, but I'm kind of not gone. I'm kind of gone. It's great.
Yeah.
This is... I definitely think, depending... See, I want to do videos on stuff like this, but I feel like it just gets into a conversation, because yes, we could talk about the AI aspect, but there's some legal aspects that I feel like we're not qualified to have a good enough conversation about without misinforming the audience. I would love to, but I don't want to misinform people, no matter how little or how many listen.
We'd have that one guy in the comments just being like, actually, that's not how this works in Article 37 of the U.S.
Constitution.
It's it says in Section A, Form 3.2 that is untrue.
So, but I'll definitely try to... JJ for the few weeks, but when I get back, I will try to do some more research, or at least if I see something, because this literally happened, like JJ said, I don't know, 5 minutes ago, 10, 15 minutes ago. When I get back, obviously more information will happen. I will try to share posts. I follow a few lawyers on Twitter, or not Twitter, on TikTok and YouTube and stuff. They'll probably do something, or I can request and just spam the comments with it. Do a video on this. And they'll do something, and then I'll try to post that, because this is... Yeah, and I'm also interested to see the overlap with the movie strike. I want to try and go back and look at the specifics of the movie strike, and look at what the specifics of this one are, and see what overlaps. Because obviously, it could be the same thing, right? Just gaming industry instead of movie industry. So, we'll have to wait and see.
Here's the question, though, Seth. Now, with the extended deadline, how many more things will happen before GTA 6 releases?
Well, we already got Shrek 5.
And now we have GTA 6 possibly delayed by up to another year. So, we'll see what happens.
Yep. Good job. Guys, give up on GTA 6. Also, actually,
not
speaking of GTA 6, I've also seen some people... have some concern about it, that it looks like it's going to be GTA 5.5.
Oh?
I don't know. I've just seen some developers. I haven't played GTA 4 or 5 to really know. I've seen people saying that's not that big of a deal. I don't know if that's from they don't care, they just want to play the game because they've waited how long, or it's just the type of game. It's think of it maybe like a Fortnite. Right, if we had Chapter 2, but it was on the Chapter 1 map, the amount of people that wouldn't mind, but the people would mind, because that's just a copy-paste. I feel like that's the kind of situation. I'm not sure where this is falling into, because obviously, think of it like Spider-Man 2, right? It's the same map, just a little bit more. I think that's what GTA 6 is. I'm hoping on a larger scale, but that's what I've seen. Like I said, I don't know. I'm not going into it, because I'll probably play GTA 6 when it's on sale. I'm not planning on buying it day one. I just don't care for that type of game. But
neither do I. Maybe once again, if it's on Game Pass, I'll try it. But
I want to try it because of just how big of a deal it is in our generation. The fabled awaited GTA 6. The prophecies are true.
It has finally come upon us.
That's what I feel like right now.
Yeah.
Anything else? Any other movies, games?
I mean, it's worth mentioning here, there's a mod for, I think it was Fallout 4, that is coming out called Fallout London, and it is the biggest Fallout mod that has ever come out for any of the games, and it's essentially like a whole new game just over the bones of Fallout 4.
Okay.
And it's apparently in talks, or they're open to talks at least, with, what is it, Bethesda, I think it was, to bring it to, like, port it, like, the mod itself to Xbox and whatnot. Like, there's the mod loaders and everything in the game, but I think they're thinking bigger than that, like, possibly as, like, a free DLC or something you could download.
That'd be cool. I know Skyrim has that. Like, Skyrim has the mod launcher browser thing, so...
Yeah, but this one is so, like, exponentially big that I don't even know if you could do it through there.
So think, like, Calamity mod for, like, the amount of content?
Yeah.
So, like, twice the game, doubling the game. Here's the entire game on top of the original game.
Pretty much. It's got its own logo, its own soundtrack, own world areas.
So, real quick, back to Game Pass, because I just found it. Game Pass Core, no longer day one, still $9.99. PC Game Pass, $11.99. Game Pass Console, $10.99. Existing sub. And then Standard is $14.99, and Ultimate's $19.99. These are also, just for people that are worried, this is going into effect next year. So if you're paying monthly, I don't think it's going to affect you right now. It's not going to go into effect for yearly or monthly next year, I believe. And I did see a tweet that I did bookmark because I'm still scrolling through. We don't know how this affects us or anyone, but Disney had a leak. I feel like we need to mention this. Disney had a leak. Oh, yeah. They got 1.1 terabytes of data stolen.
That's a lot of data.
This can mean a lot of things. Of course, I learned about it through Fortnite leakers. Because, hey, expect some teased Disney assets for, like, the Marvel collabs coming up. Which wouldn't be surprised with the Fortnite's track record, but we don't know. Have you seen anything about that? Like, I've seen it happen. I haven't seen any data from that, which is really surprising.
I wonder if Disney's, like, trying to keep it quiet. Like, I wonder if they're paying ransoms and stuff.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it could be ransom, but to be fair, this is kind of illegal, so they do have the law on their side that they can shut down with X or all these social media. They very much are in their legal rights to shut these videos down. It was blatantly stolen from them and, like, stuff like that. So it could be that. But I'm not sure. I need to mention that we'll keep you updated. Like I said, though, I haven't seen anything on Twitter or TikTok or YouTube, anything about this other than the fact that it happened.
Yeah. I think that's it, broski.
Think that's it.
Yep, I think we're chilling for now.
Think so?
Hooray!
All right, give it. We're gonna wait one more minute just in case, because we already know something's about to drop. It's like, hey, it's been solved or something. It's been solved. Yep. Let's refresh. Nothing. Nothing.
I got nothing. No new updates.
Oh, I guess we can kind of mention the Fortnite is going to be there's some updates on mobile. It looks like it's going to be removing from Samsung, but that's just so it can then sideload like iOS. So everyone will have that feature to get their games from the Epic Games App Store on all mobile devices. And this looks like it's just the EU. But again, that's props to Epic Games for both Apple and Android users. That's win. But I think that's it. One last refresh. Obviously, there's more we can talk about. There's stuff that we missed. I've been trying to post some news that I've been seeing, but yeah. What kind of big news did we not talk about that's like huge, that should be like title worthy, like the main point that we missed? Let us know in the comments or in the Discord or tag us on Instagram or Twitter at Nerd Rant Podcast.
Just please talk to us. We're lonely.
You're lonely. I'm gonna go be around kids for the next 4 weeks. The opposite of lonely.
I'm around kids every day. I have siblings.
It's true. Anyway, I'm Dr. Zombrain. You are
JJ.
I'm Seth. You are.
And I'm Junior.
There you go. We did it. And with that, we bid you a verdu.